with Ocean Breeze Exterior Remodeling. What I want to talk to you about today are the 5 most common shortcuts or deficiencies your builder is going to do on the outside of your home. Let's go into the shop and I'll show you more. Alright, so we're back at another customer's house. You might recognize this house from the roofing video. What I wanted to show you is one of the problems we encounter when the builders do not do the concrete with good drainage. Like I said before, a lot of the times they'll do drainage that actually points back to the house. This house doorway is a little elevated, so not as much of a problem, but still not something you want to see. Who wants to walk through a big puddle to get into the front door? Now on this porch, several problems. I've seen this porch in many different weather conditions because we've worked for this customer for a long time. With this one, you actually see on this side of the porch, when it rains and it blows into the porch, which you see it's a small porch, it happens often. Over here, the rain will actually puddle. It'll puddle and stay for days because that part of the porch is extremely lower and has a big dip in it. Same thing here near the doorway and also over there near the porch swing. Now, when you want to come out and enjoy your porch after a nice rainstorm or even during a rainstorm so you can watch the lightning and enjoy the show that God's provided you, you don't want to walk through big puddles to do that. We see the exact same thing on back patios, driveways, and garages that contractors do to their customers. Don't do that. Now, let me show you a little bonus on this one since it's a brick porch. One of the things the contractor did on this one, you can see all these bricks. They didn't even do it smooth. They didn't fill in the bricks. And so in other words, if you try to walk out on this porch first thing in the morning to get your newspaper or to look at the stars if it's before dawn or hear the birds sing, you cannot walk on this porch barefooted. You're stepping on all the sharp brick corners. So in other words, the front porch entryway should have been a nice, finished product. This one is not. Hey, David Powers here once again. This time we're talking about the slope on concrete, out of square, things like that. So I want to show you a few pictures. Check this one out. This is right in front of a garage, and you can see indicated by the ink pen the drop right here. So in other words, and you can actually see a little bit to the left about the slope of the driveway itself. And so you can see the drop that occurs right here at the garage. And so when it rains, where do you think the water goes? You actually see with the mouse right here, you see right there on the post, you can see what some of the water damage that has occurred here. And also, if any area here is wrapped in aluminum and it's treated wood underneath, it's going to hasten the corrosion there. But in other words, though, they will always have standing water here at the garage. The second they open the garage door, if it's not already coming in, the water's going to come pouring in, and they're going to have to walk through it and mop it out, and just a long process that's going to happen the rest of their lives unless they put in some type of a drain or something. Because of the slope of the driveway, they're not going to be able to definitively fix this. They're only ever going to be able to manage it. Here's one. Check out the square. Does this concrete look square to you? Now, in this project, there was absolutely no reason to install that slope on the floor on the inside. This is just poor concrete work, and so when they brought the garage door installers in to put in the door on this warehouse, it exposed a problem that wasn't bad enough to notice with the naked eye, but you know, there's no way you're going to get these concrete contractors back at this point to fix this. And so this is a common problem. We usually just don't see it this bad. And then this one here, this is actually a job that I worked on. It's a sunroom that we were installing on a back patio, and they had a concrete contractor come out. And you can see with the 3-foot level I put on this section, perfectly level, right there in the middle, or almost in the middle. But that's good enough for what we needed to do. We were able to manage that little bit of out of square, but check this spot out. This is further over on the patio, on the exact same patio, yes, and that's actually a sample of the flooring that the customer wanted to put down. And so check out where the bubble's at on that level. And so I have to ask you, is this concrete going to work without having to do extra stuff to it? Now, what makes this even worse, if you look behind the level there, you can see the what looks like 2 different types of concrete. The contractor that they had work on this concrete, it was worse than this before. They actually came back, spread some leveler. That's what you see on the right with the darker color. It's not as light as the cured concrete. And so they came out and tried to apply some concrete leveler, and it still came out this bad. And so that's only in a 3-foot section. This is a 3-foot level that I put down on the ground there, and really, really horrible. And unfortunately, though, we see this a lot when we go out and put sunrooms and screen rooms on people's houses, and it's a big problem. It's something we encounter a lot, something you don't necessarily notice until somebody like me comes out to work on it. But just check your contractors when they're working. Go out to your new home or an older home if you're buying a home that's already there. Go out there with a level. Go out with a tape measure and start measuring things and see how square it is. Because these are the things you don't want to find out after you've bought the home.